Hello everyone, this is Johannes and you are watching Board Gaming Ramblings, and today we are going back to the past because in this industry with board games we really want to go forward. A lot of us, me included, I'm always playing new stuff, I'm always moving in the forward direction, looking at the new games coming out, looking at Kickstarter, using all my money and even more money on Kickstarter because there's so many games on Kickstarter right now that is exploding into the universe. So in this video, we are going way back, not way back, it isn't that far back in time, to 2016, to look at my top 10 games from that year. This list might have evolved a bit since I first made it in 2016. I didn't make it on YouTube or anything, so don't go looking out for that. I do think I maybe made it on my podcast, but that doesn't exist anymore. But I did make a list about my favorite games from 2016. And today we are taking a look at that list. And some of the spots were really easy to fill in because they're really solid for me, and there was so many good games coming out in 2016, so I had to do some tricking and into my brain trying to find out what game was going to be in what spot. But here we go. These are my top 10 games of 2016. I'm going to try to make this video not so long. Even if it's board gaming ramblings, I don't really have to ramble for 16 hours about each single game on a top 10 list. That isn't the way you do it. But let's get to it. My number 10 is Santorini. This is a small game. You have probably heard about it. It is an abstract two-player. You can play it with 3 and 4. I have played it with 3. Not so interesting. This is a really simple game. You're just going to move one of your figures. You have 2 figures on the board. Move a figure, build a house, a building in an adjacent space to where you are, and you can move up one space or you can move down as many spaces as you want. The goal of the game is to move one of your characters up to the 3rd floor of a building, but you can also on the top of those buildings build domes so that people can't go up on top of those buildings. And this is a really nice abstract game, overproduced as all. This is like the most overproduced game I have ever seen. It could have just been blocks, but I really enjoy the way the game looks. Rockstar did an amazing job with this game. But the thing that really makes this game interesting are all the different powers of the gods, all the different powers the gods have, and which makes every game really interesting and different. And that is why number 10 is Santorini. My number 9 is Oracles of Delphi. This is a game from Stefan Feld, which we really actually enjoyed. It's a kind of different Stefan Feld game. And if you ever listened to our videos, you might know that Stefan Feld is one of our favorite designers. He has fallen a bit. He was our favorite designer, but he has fallen a bit. Now he isn't my favorite designer anymore, but he is one of them, especially because he has had such a big role in what I enjoy playing and what I do like to do. I am gonna buy all of his games coming out probably anyway, like whatever they're about. There's 2 games I know coming out this year I'm really excited about. But yeah, Oracle of Delphi is a racing game. You are using dice, you are mitigating the dice to try to work them in your way. You can get extra cards to have more dice. You're moving around your ship. You're gonna fight monsters, which is really different from any Stefan Feld game. You will pick up and you will build statues. You will pick up some cubes. I don't remember what they are. I think there's some commodity of stuff, so there's a pick up and deliver element of this game, and you're trying to do these different tasks. You have, I think there's 6 tasks that you have to do before you can go back to Zeus and you will be the winner, and you can go visit Olympus, because that's how Zeus do it. He really wants you to do all these things because he's lazy and he's a god, so he's like, all my people, do these things and you can come visit me and sit in my chair. No, you can't sit in my chair because it's a god chair and you're so small. Or something like that. I guess that's the theme. The theme doesn't matter. This is a fun game. I haven't played it in a while, but it's still in my number 9. It is, I probably think it's going to be in my top 5, maybe 7 Feld games. I do enjoy this one quite a bit, and that's why it's number 9. Number 8 is more in the line of games I usually like deeper, more meaningful Euros, and that is Great Western Trail. This is a nice game with deck building. You have this one-way street, which I really enjoy, where you can go as far as you want. No, you can't actually go as far as you want on this one-way street, but you can move up this one-way street, but you cannot move back, which makes it really interesting. A lot of interesting choices come from that, which you also have in some of the games like Francis Drake, which I thought was okay, and also Heaven and Ale and Lignum, which are fantastic games that you should check out. But this is about Great Western Trail. This is a game I really enjoyed when I got it, but I wasn't really good at it, so I was a little hesitant to actually pull it out and play it, but I played it now, I think, 9 or 10 times, and it is a splendid game. I like it every time. We are having a lot of fun, a lot of different decisions. It feels a little bit harder to teach than it should be because there's so many different aspects of the game, but when you start it off, it actually feels kind of easy. Not that it's a light game by any means, it's a light medium game, but it's a fun game which I really, really enjoy, and that is especially why it's my number 8, basically because I like it. It's fun. Fun. Which is something I like. I do enjoy fun games. So, let's go to number 7. This is a game from a designer I own a couple of games from, 3 games from him, I think. But he is becoming one of the designers I'm really looking out for, and that is Alban Viard, and the game is Tramways. This is a nice game, kind of based on Age of Steam, which is another game I really enjoy. Tramways is about you building a tram line, building it all around the city, trying to move passengers to different locations, to get different bonuses, to get points, and to get money so you can do more stuff in the game. The interesting thing about this game is that it uses this really nice card mechanic, which has multi-use cards that you can use for one thing each. But if you want to do, you can do more of them, but then you get stressed, and stress will give you minus points in the end of the game. As Alban Viard so nicely now writes in his rulebook, every Alban Viard game has a nice amount of stress, and I really, really think that. I have also a couple of other games from him, and I know there's going to be one more this year, I think, and yeah, it's going to be a small city game, more from him. If you haven't heard about these games, go check them out. They're not so easy to get, so if you really want to get them, you should get in on the Kickstarter, because he's just a one person who does these games, and he doesn't really do a lot of retail versions of the game. So the Kickstarter and maybe some on his web shop later will be able to get them. That's where I got Town Center, which is this mind-boggling 3D game that I really, really enjoy. 3D puzzle game. And Tramways, what we are talking about. My rambling is just going in directions and trying to think with my brain. It's just like boom, I want to go over there, and that's what I enjoy doing as well with these videos to talk about stuff and what comes into my brain. So Tramways here is a really, really nice game. It is a heavier game, but it's still fun. I think maybe I would like to play Age of Steam more, but it didn't come out in 2016, and I'm quite unsure of which one I like the more, because I have played them basically the same amount of time. So that is my number 7, Tramways. Then we are to my number 26. I don't know why I wanted to say that. My number 6, not 26. This is not a top random number list. It's a top 10 list. So number 6 is Yokohama. This is a game. Me and Sunua, we went to a board gaming cafe in Copenhagen in January last year. We played like 26, 27 different games in 3 days, and Yokohama was the one we were most in favor of, the more favorite game from that time. I have after that bought the game and played it like 2-3 times after that, and it is a splendid game. It is kind of feels like an Istanbul Plus, because you have these followers you're going to put in different locations, and when you go there with your like main dude, you can do the actions will be better the more the followers you have in each location, and you want to try to plan which locations you're going to go in each direction. This is one of those games that I really enjoy, to plan a lot ahead, to plan like 5, 6, 7 moves ahead. I know exactly what I want to do. Of course, if somebody goes ahead and does the things I need to do, then I have to alter my plans, but it's kind of a race game as well. You are trying to score the most points in this way, and it is a really, really, really beautiful game. It's so much fun. Also, if you can get the deluxe version, which I was so sad I actually didn't back. I only got the normal edition, but the deluxe edition looks beautiful for this game. Of course, doesn't really change the gameplay, so I don't mind. But I like stuff that looks good as well. But Yokohama is a really good game. I thought it didn't get so much, nobody talks about it anymore. Like, it was kind of hot a little while, but nobody's talking about it anymore. I think they should, because this is an amazing game. So if you haven't played this game, if you haven't heard about it, go check out a couple of reviews, go see a playthrough, read the rules. I really think you should play this game. My number 5 is a game that has gotten a lot more buzz than Yokohama. It doesn't have anything to do with Yokohama, it was just a transition from number 6 to number 5. Like a professional. And that is Star Wars Rebellion. That is yeah, it's a really different game as well from games I like. First of all, I do like Star Wars. I'm not a huge like Star Wars nerd, but I do like Star Wars. Like I do enjoy watching the movies from time to time. I do enjoy the universe, and this is like an epic two-player game or a 3 or 4 player games if you want to play in teams. I would never do that, but you can do it apparently. I've heard it. Some people said it works really nice, some people said it's really boring, but Star Wars Rebellion is this huge, epic two-player game which takes around like 3 hours to play, so I usually don't get the time to play it. I need to try to play it with Sunwell sometime because we haven't actually played a whole game. We only got to play a half of a game when she played it. We don't usually do that, like half of a game, but this time we ended up doing that when we tried to play it with her. This is a game which you use cards to plan different actions for different heroes. You can do movement with the different heroes. You choose some heroes of yours to have cards, and the rest you choose to end up with different actions like movement, and then you will end up attacking, doing fighting and stuff like that. It's basically, the Imperials are trying to find a rebel base. So at the beginning of the game, the rebels are hiding their base in one of the gazillion, it feels like, planets on the board. And the Imperials are trying to move in and find the rebel base and destroy the rebel base and take over the rebel base. And then they will win. The rebels are more like a guerrilla thing where they're going to try to go in here and do these small missions here and there. They're going to draw mission cards and do these small things and try to get everybody on the side of the rebellion to overpower the Empire. If you couldn't do that, I don't know. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. This is a nice game. I have heard that the expansion adds a lot more to the combat part of the game. I really don't mind the combat in the base game. I heard it makes it a lot better, but I'm not gonna buy it because I don't play the game most like enough to warrant buy an expansion. As I said in earlier videos, I don't usually buy expansions because they don't get played. And that's my number 5. That is Star Wars Rebellion. We are over halfway there. We only have 4 more games. I hope it's okay that I'm doing this like a shorter video. I thought it would be nice to make these kind of shorter top 10s as well. So every video doesn't have to be like 40 minutes. I can actually do like a 20-minute or 15-20-minute top 10 list. Just digesting it in, and I hope you are enjoying it. But I don't have to talk about that now. We can do it at the end of the video, which normal people do. Let's go to my number 4. I have them all written down here. My number 4 is Vinius. And this is the deluxe edition that came out in 2016 with Talos Soda games. So basically, this is for the 2016 edition. I have not played the 2010 version yet. I really want to try it once sometime because I heard it's even more complex with like a full functioning bank and stuff like that. But Vinius is a really nice, crunchy game. It doesn't feel like so heavy and like it doesn't feel. It is not one of the heaviest with Hollow games that I have played. For me, I really like the way this plays. I really love the way you have this square of I think 9 spaces where you can move your worker to do different actions, but it costs more money if you want to jump and not move to the adjacent, and it costs more money if you want to go somewhere where anybody else is. And this sometimes there's a big problem and you don't really have that many actions before the game is over. But all in all, this is like a nice heavy game that if you haven't played that many heavy games, I think you can get into this 2016 version of the game. It isn't horrible. It is heavy, I will say that. It is a heavy game, but if you want to play with all starter game, I might actually suggest going for Vinius for the first one. There's a lot going on, but it really feels intuitive. If you like the winemaking theme, I don't care, I don't like wine, but if you like the winemaking theme, you will enjoy this game even more because it's really good at implementing his themes into his games. So, 3 more to go. My top 3, these were the ones that I had instantly put in when I was going to try to start making this list. Number 3 is The Colonists, the epic strategy game, whatever it's called. It's called the epic strategy game. I was correct. This is a game that I really want to play more, but I'm having a problem to get people to play it. because the game is like 6 hours long, but it's a fun 6 hours. It's really, really fun. I have played the full game, I think 3 times, no, 2 times I played the full game. I played like a half game 3 times other than that. It is a lot of fun. Like, the problem is that Sunwa likes the game, but she doesn't think it's that good that she want to use like 6.5 hours when we can do something else and play like 3-4 games in that amount of time. But this game is like an evolving game. Like, you can, as this is a 4-era game, like 4 rounds, you're playing through the game, and you can actually play it like a 1 round, 2 round, or start at the later rounds. We try to do that, but then we actually spend almost the same amount of time setting up for the next round than actually playing those rounds. And I think you have to play the game quite a bit before getting to that point. So, and if you play like half the game, the first type of the first 2 eras of the game, it kind of feels okay because you don't really get it going. This is a game about like incrementing all the time. You're starting down here, and everything you do here will have an impact later, and you will try to evolve your little colony and get it better and better. And you really feel that when you play the full game. You feel that you're playing this huge epic strategy game, which is wanting to be. And the way the board, where it's a worker movement game, it's not worker placement, it's worker movement, where you move around this board with these actions, trying to get your pawn where you want to get it so you can do the right action at the right time. And all the mechanics really flows well together, and I really want to play the game again now because I'm talking about it. So all these games now I really want to play again, but I'm probably not going to do that for all of them, at least in quite some time, because there's so many games and there's so little time. So let's get to the couple number 2. This is number 2, Terraforming Mars, from Swedish designer Jacob Fexelius. This is an amazing game from Stronghold Games. A lot of people hate on the components. I don't care. I don't care about the components if the game is good, and I don't mind the components here. They are okay. They're flimsy. I would have liked some inserts on the board so you don't blow everything out. But I have played Eclipse so many times now that I know you shouldn't shake the board when playing a board game anyway. But this is a nice tableau building, card-driven game where you want to terraform Mars to do different things. Everybody get corporation so they can have a little bit special ability, and are trying to make the most of the cards they get. You will draft the cards. If you play the game more than once, you will draft the cards, because otherwise it's going to be a lot more of luck. I think the drafting really makes the game a lot better. Some people say that you will still get this lucky draws. Of course, sometimes I will draw a card that I really need, but most of the time this game is about adjusting to the cards you're getting. So I have played games and won where my ability from my corporation didn't really do anything for me because I didn't get the cards I would have to have a great synergy with that. And other times I won where I got all the right cards for that. So I don't really think luck is a huge factor in this game. Of course, every game who has cards will have luck, but with the drafting, you will always get cards you want. I have never played this game and sat with a hand of cards which I didn't really like. There will always be the fact of, I really don't want to have any more cards because I want to have the money to actually do actions instead of buying these new cards. But sometimes, like, you will always have a couple of cards that you will like to buy. But you can't always do that because you also, as I said, want to do actions. The balancing of getting new cards, playing the projects, and doing actions just works really well in this game. I enjoy every single time I play it. We have both expansions, the new board, and we have Vinius next. We haven't played Vinius next yet, and also there's a new expansion coming out called Terraforming Mars Prelude, I think. I think that one will do a little bit quicker start of the game, and I'm looking forward to see how that will look and how that will feel, because I will buy it even though maybe I won't play it. But this is a game I'm probably going to buy all the expansions for, especially when I do it this way, making these smaller, cheaper expansions one at a time instead of one huge expansion. That is my number 1. There's only one more left, and that is one of my favorite games of all time, and that is A Feast for Odin from Uwe Rosenberg. This is a game about Vikings in Norway. Woo! And as Uwe said to me in Essen, he said that he made that because he wanted to meet me, but he didn't meet me until last year, and then he made New Shore so he could finally meet me, and that meant a lot to me. So he really wanted to meet me, so he made actually 2 games just to meet me. So that means a lot, but this game is really, really fun. This is kind of the game that Patchwork came out of. This has like this puzzle mechanic and trading, we call it upgrading pieces to get the better pieces, so you can put them on your board to get less minus points. And also this is a worker placement game. It's a pretty basic game actually, with a lot of stuff going on, so don't think like this is going to be an easy game, because there's over 60, I think there's 61 different worker placement spaces on the board. So the first time you play this, you will have no idea what's going on, but I think if you just explore and see what's happening, you will actually get this game down pretty quick. It is a really, really funny game. I played it. It's not funny like, ha ha ha, this is a funny game. It's a fun game. Fun, 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 which I love. I have played this game, I think, nearly 15 times now. I also actually played this game once solo because I couldn't get enough of it. I will never do that again because it's too much hassle to set up this game to play it alone. But I love this game. I will probably always love this game. I played it like a month ago. It was still amazing. I want to play it again. It's just pure fun. And it's my #1 game of 2016. And there you have it. These are my top 10 games of 2016. All on this note here. That's everything for this video. I hope you enjoyed watching the show. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel as always if you haven't already. Please comment what was your favorite, maybe top 3, top 5, top 10, top 200 games of 2016. I would love to hear them. Thank you so much for watching. I am Johannes and you have been watching Board Gaming Ramblings.